Welcome back to Library Stress YouTube channel. Today's class we learn how to make this beautiful push-up effect on a ready-made bra cup. So this is the regular bra cup without a push-up, and this is what we made. So in this tutorial I'm going to be taking you through how you can make this to give your butt your bust some lift and make that really beautiful push-up effect. This is something you like to learn. Kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. Okay, so to make this push-up effect, I'm going to be working with, there are ready-made push-up bra cups, but it's very rare, so if you cannot get it, you can actually make it yourself. So to make this, I'm going to be working with this my ready-made bra cup, and this is a size 40 bra cup. So the size is written on the corner like this. So this bra cup actually has depth, it's not flat, but there are some bra cup that comes really flat. So if you want to, the first thing you need to do if you're working with those type of bra cup is for you to actually take a dart there so that I can give it some form of depth. But as you can see, my bra cup is not flat, so I'm okay with the bra cup that I have here. I have a tutorial on how you can do that if you don't know how to, so we just move straight to adding the push-up effect to this bra cup. So for this I'm going to be working with this 1/2 inch foam, but you can also use fiber for this if you want. You don't have to use a foam like I'm doing, but this is what I have now, so I'm going to be working with this foam. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to determine where you're going to be adding this push-up effect. Okay, you can measure like 2 inches upwards from the hem, and then use your marker to just mark that point where you're going to be adding it. So it depends on you. You can just add it straight like this, or you can add it in a bent way so that you can have this bent. You can see you can have this bent bra cup, or it can either be straight like what you have here, or you can just make it a bit bent like this. So it's totally up to you. So I'm just going to, so the first thing I'm going to do is to make sure that one side of my foam is straight like you have it here, and then I'm just going to use it to get the shape that I want. So you can just press it because it's a foam. You can actually do this with your fabric, but it's easier with a foam because it can bend easily. So once you get that place that you want to be adding this push-up effect, you just turn it to the other side. You can see it, so you can mark it with your marker so that you can cut this out, or you can just cut it like this if you can. So I'm just going to take my marker now and then mark it around that place. You can see that I'm pressing it so that I can get the exact shape that I want. Okay, so after marking it round, I'm going to take my cup away from it now, and then with my scissors I'm going to cut out the shape that I have. So after cutting the shape, you still place it inwards to see if it's exactly what you want. Okay, so now I've placed it inwards and I just want to shape it a bit on this side. So I'm just going to trim it off a bit like this. So I'm going to place it again to see if it's okay. Okay, so now this is what I want. This is okay for me. So now after making this, I'm going to bring in my fabric to cover this foam, because you don't want to leave the foam exposed like this. So you can work with any fabric of your choice. I'm just going to bring in this fabric and then place my bra cup on it. So you place the bra cup in such a way that this straight part is going to be on the folded part of the fabric. Okay, just like this, and then you cut around this like this. So I just want it to be on the right side of my fabric. So now I'm placing it like this, and you're just going to fill it with your finger and add a little bit of allowance around it, and you just cut around it like that. So cutting around it is going to give it that covering that you want. So now the foam is covered, then I'm going to place it. So before, you can either use gum to hold the foam and the fabric in place before you place it if you feel that it's moving too much. So you can just dab a little bit of your glue around your foam before you place it in your fabric. I can see that it's a half circle, so you can see after cutting it now it's giving us something like a full circle. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of glue around it so that it can stay in place for me. Okay, so I've added the glue. Now you can see that the foam and the fabric are together now. It's no longer moving. So I'm just going to place it on that point where I cut it out from, and then I'm going to hold it with my pin. Okay, so I've held this down with my pins now. When you're pinning it, make sure you press it down so that it's going to go inwards like this, because we're still going to glue it to the bra cup. So once you have it like this, the next thing is to take it to the sewing machine and just sew around it, so you can see the depth, the space on your bra cup where you have the line, this place, that's where you're going to sew on. So now I'm going to sew on it round now and bring it back to show us what we have. So I've gone ahead to sew it all around. You can see, following that shape that you have there, just sew it round. Then after sewing it, you can turn it to the wrong side now and trim off whatever excess that you may have there. So now your bra cup is ready. So this is actually very versatile because you can decide to make it as voluminous as you want. Okay, so now once we have this, you can see that I've removed my pins, and this is what the cup is looking like. So now in order for it to be flat to this bra cup like this, you can just dab some glue there and then put it down. But like I said, you can determine how puffy you want this to be. So if you want it more puffy than this, you can see me folding it like this. So after folding it, you turn it to this side, and you can actually decide to stuff it more with more things before you add your glue to it. But I'm okay with the depth that I have here. So what I'm just going to do now is to open this and then dab some glue just like I did for the foam. And once my glue is there, I'm going to press it nicely, and your bra cup is ready for use. So this just gives your breast area a little push up, so that it's going to, the dress is going to come out really nice, and the bust is going to be really firm. Okay, so you just glue it down like this, and this is what it looks like. You can see how lovely this is. So this is what we have without the push-up effect, and this is what it looks like with the push-up effect. Like I said, you can get the push-up bra cup ready-made in the market, but if you don't want to buy because it may be a bit expensive, you can just create your own push-up effect just like we have done here. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.